Well, I got my DOT physical card. I mean, I'm thinking a card, and it's more like a sheet of paper. I mean, my opinion on this is just kind of ridiculous. I had to go get a life insurance policy a while back. I mean, they gave you the full-blown physical. I mean, cough, bend over, the whole thing. And I came here today thinking I was getting the full physical, right? I mean, they didn't even weigh me. They asked me my height and asked me my weight and wrote it down, what I said, not even what I actually am. I weighed myself before I left this morning, so I knew exactly what it was. But you think for this to be legal that you at least have to weigh and follow through on? They measured my neck. What does my neck have to do with anything? I mean, that's just crazy, folks. This is crazy. I mean, we put all these people out on the road, and they're hauling all that weight and doing all this stuff, and this is the physical you give to make sure that they're safe. I could fall over and die 5 minutes from now. They wouldn't have known. I mean, they listened to your heart. They looked down my throat. They asked me my weight. They asked me my height. Made me do an eye test that was, and a hearing test. Oh my God. I thought the hearing test, they'd hook something to my ear, and you have to hit something or buttons or whatever. No, the lady's across the room, and she says these numbers, and then I have to turn around and tell her the numbers. I'm just curious if you. I'll put this in one of my videos when we start this whole process, but this was the weirdest thing ever. So this is, last week I got the drug test, passed the drug test, so that's all good. I'm sure I'll have to do more for the other companies, but the first one I already got the drug test done. But now I got the DOT physical card that is not a card, it's a sheet of paper. I thought it would actually be a card I could just stick in your wallet. It's good for 2 years. So this cost $129. So these videos, I'm gonna try to be, as open as I can with all this stuff and show how this actually worked and what it actually takes. I mean, the drug test they paid for, so I don't have any out of pocket on that yet. I've got $129 invested in this. I got to go get the truck weighed. I got to go get a DOT inspection there from a DOT facility, I'm assuming. And then I've got to get all the stuff on it first before I go do that. And I don't have the truck picked up yet till tomorrow. So this is a second step of this process to get this thing done. And then when I get everything ready, I got to call them, and they'll get me set up for my orientation. I guess it takes like 2 days, so I have to drive to Indiana, stay in a hotel, do the first day, go back and spend the night, come back the second day, finish it up, and then they'll have a load. And I've been told by most people 400 or 500 miles is where the load will probably take you, and then they might not have nothing when you come back. So you got to get all that done, and then you can start looking for loads and maybe do this full time. I don't know. I'm not used to, basically, you're an independent contractor, but I'm not used to relying on somebody calling them, and I know how this world works. If you want to work around the clock every day for them, and you kiss people's asses, and the dispatchers all like you, you'll have plenty of work. But I'm one of these guys that works when I want to work, do it the way I want to do it. I get things done. I'm not this guy that I got to go and drive when they tell me to drive and do it the way they want to do it. So that's going to be hard for me. But I'm going to at least give it a try. Maybe I'm missing out on something. I like traveling the country and going and seeing family that we have all around the country. And if I could go there on basically their dime, I mean, I'm driving their stuff and my stuff's sitting in a nice park somewhere, not being hauled down the road, and I'm hauling their stuff and we're in our truck, and the money I make from them and all the deductions and everything pays for my truck, make a little money, go and see my family. Me and Robin can go still do all our adventures, and we don't have to haul our fifth wheel everywhere we go and beat the shit out of it. That's my way of thinking about this. Might not work, but I'll be able to let you know if it's going to work, so maybe you'll think the same way, because I don't like hauling my truck or hauling my fifth wheel across the country, 10,000, 20,000 miles a season, leaving it everywhere. if I don't have to. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't want to pay expensive hotels and all that type of stuff, but some of the areas we can stay with family and stuff like that and cut that expense down. At least that's the way I'm thinking in my mind. This might not work like that at all. But I still need something to do in between things. You know, we could be, you know, this one company said you can call in and tell them you want to load for Florida. Well, I'll take a load to Florida when I want to go see Robin's son and daughter, so we can go hang out with them. Got paid to go down there and do it all, and then maybe get a load coming out of there going somewhere else. If not, you know, don't know how this is going to work. This is totally new to me. I was going to get into this like 4 or 5 years ago, back when it was really big, you know, when people were making a lot of money, and now people talk about the expenses are too high and this might not be worth doing. But I'm going to take you for the ride, folks, all the way through all the steps and see what happens. And at the end of it, we'll know exactly what I spent to do this, and if I even make any money ever doing it. So, or if I quit right away because I can't stand it. I like hooking my fifth wheel, my truck, and driving when I want to drive, doing it when I want to do it. And if I want to drive 15 hours straight, I can. If I don't want to drive 4 hours that day, I can. This is going to be a little harder, where they're giving you that, you know, that window of, you know, you go and work so many hours and then you got to pull over. And I mean, I sleep for 4 or 5 hours. I don't know how this is going to work for me when I got to sit there for so much longer. So, but I like to give everything a chance, and I don't like to listen to what people tell me, because everybody has a different opinion, everybody lives a different lifestyle, everybody looks at things differently. So I'll give this the full try and see what happens. So today we get to pick up the truck after $7,800 worth of hail damage repair. You know, it took a while because, you know, the insurance company approved the hail and got that fixed, but then they kept messing around on the windshield and wanted me to take the truck to a windshield place instead of the body shop, just because I'm sure that, you know, they could put it as a different claim and try to get another deductible out of us, but that wasn't going to happen. I wasn't letting that happen. But, you know, that windshield in that new truck was almost $2,000. I mean, by the time they buy the windshield and put it in, and installation and everything, and then they have to recalibrate everything because it's got the heads-up display and all the protection, safety crap, whatever you want to call that. But, you know, it was weird because that windshield got a crack, and it was in the inside from the hail hitting the windshield, or, you know, it could have been a tree branch or something, but there was no marks on the outside of the windshield. The outside of that windshield looked absolutely perfect, but you could see a crack about this long, and it was actually in the inside from pressure hitting it. And, you know, they just want to not pay for things. But, you know, Butler's Body Shop did a great job. They stayed on top of those people and got it done for us. So you can see in the back here, it's cold like it is everywhere in the United States right now, and snow on the ground, and you know, not the best day to pick up your truck, but it's been sitting there long enough. You know, they've had it long enough, and I know they're tired of waiting on us, because I kept putting it off because I didn't want to drive out there, and I wanted to pick it up on a nice day, but it doesn't always work that way. So, but I'm gonna do a walk around and shoot some video of the truck. Yeah, I don't know if we can even see. You know, it might be full of snow and everything. I have no idea what we're getting into, but we're gonna do that. And you know, me and Robin actually are going to register it here in Pennsylvania. We swapped out our driver's license for Pennsylvania because mine were ready to expire, and I wasn't going to be back in Colorado in time, so I couldn't have that happen. So now we're officially Pennsylvanians. And I don't quite know how we feel about that yet. But, you know, the one advantage is we're going to save, like, I don't know, thousands of dollars on our license plates. And if you ever live in Colorado or plan on going to Colorado, you don't want to buy your fifth wheel or your camper or whatever there, because the renewal, this is just the renewal on that Riverstone. To renew the license plates in Colorado on that 2023 Riverstone was $2,500. It's not even the first year, you know, that's the renewal for the second year. And the truck they screwed up on and overtaxed us, so we had a credit, but the truck would have been like $1,000. So here it's going to be like $300 and some to do the camper. Most of it, that's just paper fees and stuff like that. It's only $106, I think, for the license plate. So it's going to be a lot cheaper. And then the truck was, you know, close to $1,000 for renewal on that thing. So it's going to be like, I'm getting the higher weight license plate for Pennsylvania, so it'll probably be $600 or $700 to do that here. But you know, we're gonna save over $2,000 just by registering our vehicles in Pennsylvania. Plus, another cool thing is I don't have to have 2 license plates anymore. Pennsylvania only has 1 license plate, so I can put a cool Riverstone Life license plate on the front of the truck.